Hi, I'm Danny Ecker with your Chicago Business Today Midday Report. Results from the first ever Crain's Ipsos, Illinois poll, which surveyed 545 residents on the state's dire public pension deficit, showed the majority of respondents support an overhaul of the pension system, but they were mixed on how best to do it. For some analysis on the poll, I'm joined by Crain's columnist Greg Hines. Greg, a lot of interesting ideas thrown out there and responses. What were some that got support and others that drew opposition?
Well, the ones that we floated by people, the only one that seemed to get a really good response was requiring workers to pay more for their pensions, but maybe cutting back on their health care. We're not sure about that. Maybe raising the retirement age, small majority in favor, but by no means overwhelming. How about requiring suburban and downstate school districts to pick up their pension costs, like they do in Chicago, instead of having the state do, nah, we don't want to do that. You need, bottom line, in the abstract here, people want to do something about the problem, but when you get down to the specific pain involved, they're much more hesitant.
What stood out to you most about the responses, or anything that was really eyebrow-raising?
I was a little surprised that there was that much opposition to having people, local school districts, pay for their own retirement costs. I guess people want to say, well, don't raise my property taxes, let somebody else pay for it, but it's all green and it's got to come from the state. I was a little surprised, too, that there was big support for adding slot machines at racetracks.
Yeah, the gambling issue continues to be a hot one. And then, you see the mixed responses here. It makes a little more sense maybe why the General Assembly broke their spring session before coming to a solution on this front, right?
You're right, but from my perspective, hey, that's why we pay these guys the big bucks. That's why they were elected. Deal with the problem. There's no question it's a problem. As Governor Quinn pointed out last week, every day the legislature doesn't deal with this, the unfunded liability, which taxpayers are going to have to pay, is another $12.6 million a day, every day.
You could do a lot with that, couldn't you?
You can build a school for that. You can hire a bunch of doctors to take care of the poor people. You can do all kinds of things with that.
Yeah. Okay, Greg. Thanks for the time.
You're welcome.